the Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited. Hebrew and Bible Academy, you are invited. Shalom, brothers and sisters. I'm the elder, one of the elders of the Gathering of Christ Church, and I would like to say shalom to my brothers and sisters throughout the four corners of the earth. Yes, I'm here to give a quick update for the Day of Atonement. Just a quick update. Just a quick update to let y'all understand real quick what the atonement is in the 7th month in preparations for the Feast of Tabernacles. Okay, just real quick. Real quick. One moment. In preparation for the Feast of Tabernacles. Shalom to my brothers and sisters throughout the four corners of the earth. Want to make sure you can all see and hear me clearly? Great. First of all, I would like to give all praises to the Most High, Ahaya, in the name of Yeshua, the Most High God of the Hebrews, in the name of Christ. Give praise to Him, the Almighty God of Israel, in the name of Yeshua. Okay, we're only going to be here for a couple of minutes, not too long ago at all. Just an update. We have many brothers and sisters throughout the four corners of the earth who have come to the knowledge of the truth. Israelites and Gentiles alike. Okay, many have come who are fairly new, and I just wanted to give you an update because sometimes brothers and sisters really you don't have the opportunity to gather with the congregation in your remote areas. So I'm going to give you a brief breakdown of what's to be expected during this time of year for the Day of Atonement. Okay, real quick. Before I go in, brothers and sisters, if you are in the Philadelphia area or are a part of the body, one second. If you are a part of the body, we do have the church open in the Pennsylvania area. Now, of course, under grace, many of you weren't able to get off from work. Understandably so. Christ covers us through grace. But for whatever reason, if you need some food, there is a congregation tonight at the church location. Okay. If someone haven't prepared food at their own home to do atonement amongst their families or whatever the case is, you can come pray, congregate. There'll be a very short lesson by Bishop Amath. And you can also get some food that can nourish you through the atonement fast. Okay? The atonement fast. All right? So just come to the church. Of course, you don't need any money or nothing like that. Just transportation to get there. We'll pray with you. The food is there. Your whole family. Nourish yourself for the fast if you need be. All right? Next. Okay? Next. For those who don't understand clearly what the Day of Atonement is, let's talk about it. When the children of Israel, our people, came out of Egypt, led by Moses and the elders, the Most High gave us laws, and through those laws, holy days to commemorate or to actually celebrate what the Most High have given us coming out of Egypt, coming out of exile. Okay? The world, Gentiles have holidays. The children of Israel has holy days. Okay? Holy days. For your convenience, we have actually placed all of these holy days, these annual holy days, on our website, thegatheringofchrist.org. Okay? Thegatheringofchrist.org. Move this down a little bit for you. The Gathering of Christ Church has the correct 24-25 high holy days according to the 364-day schedule given to Moses concerning Sabbaths. Okay? The 364-day schedule. Now, as you can see, we're here. Day of Atonement, sundown tonight. Sundown tonight. September 9th, 2024. Sundown 9th to sundown 10th, according to our calendar. Okay? According to the Sabbath calendar given to the children of Israel. This weekend, eventually, we'll be going into the Feast of Tabernacles, which is September 14th, sundown, to September 21st, sundown. Okay? All right. And we'll leave what? The 8th day, September 21st through the 22nd. But all in all, for the Feast of Tabernacles, we'll begin that this weekend, the 14th. All right. An easy way of figuring out what days the holy days fall on. Just go right here to gatheringofchrist.org. Click on the holy days and get the list from year to year. Okay. You cannot get this particular schedule through Judaism. Okay? In actuality, Judaism is the Antichrist religion. A lot of our brothers, even though they don't understand this, who are Hebrews, they have learned their holy days from Babylonian Judaism, priests and or sages. But we are on the Sabbaths according to Sabbaths. What was given to Enoch, what was given to Noah and Moses. Feast of Tabernacles beginning this weekend. All right. Now, What is the Day of Atonement, which starts sundown tonight, and how should we follow it? Leviticus 23 and 26. A holy day given to us by our God, the God of the Hebrews, the Most High. Leviticus 23 and 26 reads, And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Also on the 10th day of the 7th month, that begins sundown tonight, there shall be a day of atonement. Don't let anybody out there try to claim that we no longer are required to follow what God said follow. It's in the Bible. So this is how you can recognize an antichrist or an anti-God or anti-Bible person. You don't go into the Bible to disprove the Bible or to discredit the Bible. If God told Moses to have a Day of Atonement, we are supposed to have a Day of Atonement. You can't say because Christ came, you no longer follow or observe this day. Christ fulfilled the day, which actually gives this day its what? Its meaning, according to why the Most High sent him. We do away with atonement, we lose the meaning of Christ as our atonement. So you can't use Christ to claim as a reason to why we don't follow holy days here, according to the word, but yet follow holidays given to our people through satanic pagans. See that? See the hypocrisy there? You'll celebrate Christmas claiming that it has something to do with Christ's birth. And it doesn't. But yet you'll ignore a day the Most High gave us according to what? Our history, according to the atonement of the priesthood, when the Most High would come down to forgive our sins from year to year, leading to Christ being our atonement, fulfilling this holy day. Understand this, the enemy have lied to us. The Day of Atonement is a day to be observed. Now, it shall be a holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls, an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Now, of course, we no longer do or deal with what? Animal sacrifice. Christ's sacrifice covers this part of the law. He's the lamb without blemish, which covers the blood sacrifice for all holy days in the Old Testament. So you don't have to go get one of these animals and sacrifice this, because this is the part of the holy day Christ fulfilled. See? Him giving himself, his own body for this holy day. Got that? And ye shall do no work in the same day, for it is a day of atonement. Now, of course, at this time when the Most High gave us the law, all the Sabbaths and the holy days could be observed. Why? This was before the children of Israel was under servitude or under the power of the Gentile nations. But some of our people must work or they'll get thrown out. This is where grace comes in. This is where you can't follow the law. The Most High have replaced grace in its place. That's when grace is applicable. Grace is not used to intentionally break God's law. It's there when you can't actually follow it according to the letter. So if you're working, don't feel any guilt. If you try to get off, your boss didn't let you off, it's okay. You can still go into the bathroom on your break, pray, thank the Most High for the atonement, and he'll still accept your atonement. Okay? That's where grace comes in. Christ knew that we would be under what? Under captivity, under servitude. Therefore, he gave his blood, which extends grace. Okay? And when it says afflict your souls, usually it's afflict your souls is a what? Hold on. Afflict your souls is a fast. Usually on this time of year, we fast together. We get one meal, one drink, and fast until sundown the next day. Until sundown tomorrow. So we'll get our last meal before light ends with everything to drink, and then we'll fast until sundown tomorrow. It's simply that simple. Okay? Now, normally, of course, no food, no drink, but keep in mind, there's some people who may be on medication, who may be malnourished, or elderly and need to be nourished through the 24 hours and don't have the strength as others. So that's an individual choice on what? On how much you're willing to give up within that 24 hours. Okay? Because the Most High didn't give us grace. He didn't give us the law that could be what? Death to us. So if you can, go through the full thing. But if you can't understand what you're dealing with and make a fast, you can actually fulfill for 24 hours. Afflicting your souls. Okay? There is grace. Next, this atonement, we're going to be praying as a church and as a body all together that the Most High continue to cover and to forgive the sins of our nation. On top of that, to speedily judge the rebellious, the wicked, and those who continue to conspire against the children of Israel. We're asking the Most High from the heavens to send swift judgment on the wicked conspirators who have always worked against Christ, the disciples, his church. Bring judgment, and at the same time, hedge the children of Israel throughout the four corners of the earth. More. It reads, and ye shall do no work in the same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before the Lord your God. Okay. Now, in the Old Testament, when we could observe these days without any Gentile intervention, if one was to break this day, that's right, folks, the penalty in the Old Testament was death. But Christ covers us through grace. Okay? Now it says here, 30. Let me go to 31. Ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout all of your generations and all your dwellings. Now, when it states you shall do no servile work, of course there's grace, but we should try to get off if we can. But again, it's a statute throughout all of our generations, which means we are to do this until Christ returns. Period. Next, it shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest. You shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at evening. From evening shall you celebrate your Sabbath. Okay? So we're going to have a Sabbath tonight until sundown tomorrow. Then Friday sundown to Saturday sundown is also a Sabbath. Let's talk about it. 33. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day now. The 15th day of the 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. What is that? Go to our site, gatheringofchrist.org, and you'll see that's the 14th sundown of this month. Okay, today's Tuesday. So what we going to do? Tuesday, 9th, 10th, 11th. So we got what? We have 9th, which is sundown today. 10th, which is what? Tuesday. And then Friday sundown begins what? You got it. Feast of Tabernacles. You got it? Friday sundown begins Feast of Tabernacles, and it ends Saturday sundown the following week. Y'all got it? Now, we're going to be out camping amongst the saints. We'll be camping amongst the saints for a week. For 1 week, starting Friday sundown. Okay? Make sure, brothers and sisters, you have everything you need to camp through the week. Simple preparation. Health is A1. Make sure that if you're dealing with health issues and all these others, you're not putting yourself in a compromised scenario or situation out, at camp. Okay? Again, if you know you're dealing with illnesses, measure how long you're there and make sure you're not compromising your health while being there. All right? A double Sabbath only means if one Sabbath falls on the next day after Friday. Just say if you have your regular Sabbath, Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, right? Like we normally have. And then we had the Feast of Trumpets, which started Saturday sundown, which ended Sunday sundown. So since it followed a regular Sabbath, that holy day that weekend would be a double Sabbath. It's quite that simple. It's usually a Sabbath or holy day that falls right after Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. All right? You got that? So in this particular case, it's not a double Sabbath. It's a Sabbath today from Friday sundown. From today, Monday sundown to Tuesday sundown. After Tuesday, there is no Sabbath. The Day of Atonement is done. But this Friday sundown begins what? The Feast of Tabernacles, where we'll be out camping for those who can do so. If you can't, that's fine. All right. We'll be camping. The children look forward to this. It's a beautiful time. I'm looking forward to it, actually. And it says for the Feast of Booths, or the Feast of Tabernacles. On the first day shall be a holy convocation. We have a Sabbath. Ye shall do no servile work therein. 7 days you shall offer an offering. We know that Christ covers that sacrifice, but we'll still be cooking out and everything else over there. Made by fire unto the Most High. And the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you. That means Saturday, when it all ends, we're going to do another lesson. And you shall offer an offering. Christ covers that, but we're still going to have some food. And it's a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. Okay, so we have 7 days. We go out, camp. During the week, the children are playing. We got a basketball tournament within the week. We play games, board games. At night, we sit around the campfire. We sing. And of course, we have lessons and sit down and have different types of different types of discussions scheduled out during the week. Okay, family discussions, history discussions, whatever the case might be. Bringing the family together from the outside, that's used to dealing with the everyday rigmarole, and to come together once a year to know what it was like to be amongst each other when the children of Israel came out of Egypt. We do this once a year for those who can do so. Okay? Who can do so? Now, let me say this. This weekend will begin the Feast of Booths, or the Feast of Tabernacles. We would really appreciate it, family. I'm speaking to my family throughout the four corners of the earth. If you are coming to the feast, tabernacle, and intend on staying throughout the whole thing, or even if you can only stay a few days, please leave the grounds how we found them. Okay? The children of Israel are a holy people unto the Most High. That means any place we leave should be what? Should be left better than when we entered. It should be better than when we came. So again, if we're staying on campgrounds throughout the earth, we have to leave what? The proper reputation, being the children of God. The proper reputation. So I'm going to ask you, it's a request. Please make sure that when you leave the campground with your tents, with whatever you have, that there's nothing left to show we were there. We are an holy people unto the Most High. So when we set up camp this week, I know we're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be all over. Children are going to be playing. It's going to be nice. We're going to be playing chess out there, a few chess games or whatever the case is. Mind games. We're going to really be having a good time next week. Please make sure there's nothing left when it comes to trash or whatever the case is. We're going to leave our abodes better than when we came, when our people came there, okay? I wanted to put that out there. All right, so I got to go get my meal, say my prayer. And if you need some food at the congregation here in PA, you know where the church is, come through. The food is there. Nourish yourself in preparation for the atonement. All right. Next, me and Lawyer and I, will be doing the Academy live We'll be doing the Academy live from the Tabernacle. Live from the Tabernacle. And this topic this coming Sunday will be the malignant root when it comes to the separation between men and women. How have men and women become enemies? How did men and women become enemies will be the discussion. Oh yeah, men and women love each other. But something else is going on in the earth today, and we need to figure out and discuss this and deal with what? The spiritual understanding of how men and women became enemies this Sunday. Okay. It's going to be an interesting conversation. Well, I guess I'll give you a little insight to where that discussion will go. How did the children of Israel become enemies of God? Rebellion. We're going to talk about it. How did the children of Israel become enemies of God, which led to all this chaos we're living under in the world today? We're going to talk about it. Before I go, when it comes to the atonement, I would be amiss if I didn't show Christ in this. Last but not least, Romans. Romans 5 verse 10 reads, let's start at 9. Matter of fact, 8. But the Most High God commended his love towards us, in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. Much more then, being now justified by his blood, we shall be saved from wrath through him. For if, when we were enemies, we were reconciled to God by the death of his Son, much more being reconciled, we shall be saved by his life. Last verse. And not only so, but we also joy in the Most High through our Lord Yeshua Mashiach, by whom we have now received the atonement. So when it comes to the Day of Atonement in the Old Testament, where each year the priest had to go before what? The Most High to sacrifice for the sins of the nation, Christ went through the heavenly holies of holies once for the sins of our nation. So now the atonement now in the earth as an extension of Christ's sacrifice is baptism. When one is baptized, they're covered by the atonement. The same atonement that atoned for the sins of Israel in the wilderness. That concludes my update for you all today. May the Most High be with you. Shalom. Have a blessed Day of Atonement. Nourish yourselves throughout the earth. Food, water, get yourself ready so that you'll be nourished, and pray with the children of God during this holy time, the 7th month. With that, I'm going to say shalom. May the Most High be with you. Stay prayed up. Sin not. We will soon see Israel. Yes. We're the children of Israel, and we're back. Oh, y'all don't hear the song. Okay, I'm going to fix that. I'll fix that.
King, he took us down, we fell.
Shalom.
With a great escape, we went through the Euphrates. The Lord held the water still.
Have a blessed Day of Atonement.
To a land where no mankind dwelt, we went. The 12 tribes of Israel. That's who we be, Manasseh, the Cubans, Ephraim from Puerto Rico, Naphtali from the Isles of Hawaii. The Lord is calling back Israel. Zebulun from Panama, Gad, the North American Indians, Simeon, the Dominicans, our highest gathering.